here with another original rocker from back in the days, representing rockin'. We're gonna give you a little history and little details about where he lived at and people he was around and where he first saw the rock. So just let them know what's your name and what crew you used to represent back in the days.
My name is Fred. You know Fred Rolle. I used to represent crew Royal Rockers. And basically I used to just, represent myself, Do a little freelance dance here and there. That's it.
For some of the people who don't know what rock is, can you describe a little bit what rock is,
Well, rock is just, like basically freestyle. Everybody has their own original style of rock, and you have the Brooklyn style, where, it originated from Bushwick, Brooklyn, then it drawn over from coming to Manhattan, and it was more or less like burning. Mm-hmm. We all burned back in the days until we got the stage of how we just compiled from freestyle to burning, from burning back to freestyle. Mm-hmm. So it was mostly basically not battling them all, but it was just more like creative styles. You know what I mean? Like creative, but it was more aggression, because back in the 70s, late 70s, I started dancing like in 77, and I was a little kid then. But what these gang members used to do was to emulate, they used to do like certain gestures that, were very offensive to other people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you do something like, and it was like, yo, you marking, you know what I'm saying? Just like you mark somebody, you marking. And you have to be very careful with the dance style, you know what I'm saying? So it was basically that's how, I came up, of understanding the rock, dance, and then the music, played a big, major part of everything also.
Mm-hmm. Let them know what part of the borough you're talking about, because I mean, everybody from different boroughs, and what borough you're talking about that you started doing this.
Okay, I grew up in a neighborhood called East 4th Street, Lillingwall Projects, 30 Avenue D. And there was a park called PS 188 where my uncle used to play music at. And he used to assist the DJs and shit like that, but we used to always go around this park, and the jams didn't start till like 9 or 10 o'clock, and I used to take my chances because, I was like about 8 years old at that time, and I was still in the park, and I was just waiting for, jams to come up, and I just, copycat what the older dudes was doing, you know what I mean? They was doing, like, some guys used to have their colors on, their vest, their Apache hats, and some guys were like, I want to be like him because he's smooth, you know what I mean? He's like, he has a golf club, and he's just dancing with a golf club, and nothing's wrong with his leg. He's just dancing with, he's just real cool, bringing it down, this, that, and third, and everything coming down, jerking. I'm like, man, he ain't even. Everybody's like, okay, why don't we go to him? And okay, he's dancing for, he's dancing because he's showing everybody that he's the man in that park. Yeah. Okay. And then, later on in the night, it was like those park jams really didn't last that long because it was always a fight, especially in that area right there, PS 188. Yeah. Because you had a lot of gangs there. You had Lillingwall, you had Baruch on the other side, and then you had, the other tenement buildings on the other side, but they always used to come there. So it was mostly like, I remember, was the Ghost Riders and the Outlaws. The Outlaws. The Outlaws, yeah.
Wow, that's deep. Mm-hmm. What would you say? Who made you, when you first saw the rock? Who got you to be part of? Like you said, man, I want to learn this thing. What was your first experience in the rock?
My first experience in the rock was, like I said, it goes back to 78, but it was just, I wasn't even like, it didn't even come together until the early 80s. And my impression of a good rocker was Float's brother, CSO. Valentine. He was one of the original rockers, and then who really like enhanced my style was RK1, Jeffrey Ford. Mm-hmm. And he just honed me. You know what I mean? But nobody really then we went to little battles here and there. We go to PS, because a lot of like the parks, we used to always go see who's better. Like we used to go to this park in the hill, and I used to battle this kid named Cool C. Every weekend we used to just battle. And it's like, why don't, and then I had some guys, I used to battle some guys from Scrambling Feet. You know, because Cool C was down with them, and it was like a hill against like down the hill. And all the time these guys were getting burned. I was like, wait a minute, I'm here, I'm cleaning the jams, and I don't want to battle nobody, but it's like I have to because this dude's coming in my face now. Now I gotta get dirty and get my. That's hip hop to me. Now I gotta get my sneakers dirty because I got Adidas. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I got the mock neck, and I'm like, and these guys go, yo, you want to battle? Okay, boom, we battle, and everything else like that. But then I kind of figured, I said, you know what? I'm battling so much that each and every week I battle these guys, they're taking my moves and they're using it against me. It's funny. It's funny how the dance is though, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, wait a minute. I got to incorporate certain moves, certain jerks, certain spins, you know? So I started incorporating my B-boy to my rocking. You know what I mean? I started doing like freezes. When I go on the floor, I start, you know, waving my leg like a baby, get back up, boom. Hit him with the leg and everything. So a lot of around that area there was more b-boys, but I kept, like you keep the flame lit. I kept the flame lit for rocking on the Lower East Side.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did you get to ever go to another borough and see rocking?
Yeah, I went when there was a battle in USA in Queens. And there was this guy named Ringo from I forgot.
I know Ringo.
Remember Ringo?
From Furious Rockers.
From Furious Rockers, and he was like supposedly the original. So I've seen different styles. I've never, like I said, I've never been to Brooklyn, seen that style, but I heard so much about it because when I was small, there was these guys that came to my aunt's house and they DJ'd. They came with big afros and the picks and everything else like that, and they had James Brown, Give It Up, Turn It Loose. So the party didn't start until they put that song on. When they put that song on, it was like pandemonium. It was like, you know what I'm saying? And they were just, you know, doing their thing, and I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So everything that I witnessed, I was young, you know what I mean? So it was like, it was amazing how I would just take it and create it and build it and just run with it, you know. And to this day, you know, thanks to you know, you, Tiny, you know, bringing that out of me, you know, it's a good feeling though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a real.
How can you? What input can you give to the young generation out there that are being interested in rocking? What would be any you know, like you can give them any direction and what they should work on?
Well, rocking, just listen to the music. Try to get into percussion, because percussion helps, because a lot of percussion-based songs, you know, help you follow the rhythm.
Yeah.
You know your culture. You know, don't ever say, you know, well, you know, from New York, if you see anybody that's dancing, don't step to them because you don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. That's a no-no. You know? You see an old dude rocking, leave him alone because he's gonna embarrass you. You know what I mean? But all kidding aside, though, know your music. That's very important. That's a plus. You know it, hear it, learn it, understand it, incorporate it. A lot of footwork, a lot of top rock. I always stress top rock. You know what I mean? Just practice it to that, because you know I see these young kids top rocking and it's just like, it's like they're not loose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not to the music. You know, and it's just, you just gotta have an appreciation for the music. You know, because I hear guys like top rock and they wanna rock, but they rocking to the wrong songs. You know what I mean?
Dance. So you have any shout outs you want to give out to any of the brothers out there and sisters that, you know, you want to give any shout outs to?
Well, I would like to give shout out to my aunt, because she's the one who like really brought me out into, you know, the rocking phase. You know, give a shout out to the Dynamite Brothers. You know, they was based out in 4th Street. Give a shout out to Arcade One. Give a shout out to Float. Give a shout out to the whole Scrambling Feet. Give a shout out to the original rockers.
That's cool. So we're here. We're gonna leave off with Fred Rolle, and I want to say peace.